My name is Robert Wakefield, Green Township Trustee, P.O. Box 759, Kingston, Ohio. I'm kind of glad that Marvin went ahead of me first because he brings a very interesting point to the table, the fact about us working together as a community. We try very hard in Green Township to keep our residents advised on what's going on in our township. Unfortunately, through the grapevine, we've heard some rumors regarding the sewer line coming out on Hospital Road. What I'm here today to address City Council and to the administration is to find out if the sewer line is in the process of coming out on Hospital Road and when will that be starting.
I think you might want to contact administration, and council certainly doesn't have all that information, and you might want to contact them privately to get that information.
Okay, from my conversation with Councilwoman Patrick, because since that came to our attention today, Councilwoman Patrick advised that she did talk to the administration today, and that from what the administration is saying is that sewer lines are ready to begin up Hospital Road on Thursday. It was news to Councilwoman Patrick, and I wonder how many other council people here, because it was certainly news to me. If that's the case, then I would appreciate Mayor Sulzer telling the governmental body in Green Township and the residents that we represent, are you bringing the sewer lines out to Hospital Road this week?
Mr. President, I have no objection in discussing that with Mr. Wakefield. Yes, because we are very interested in creating jobs in this community. We have the right-of-way usage grant permission from the county government in order to do that. That's what we intend to do. That's what we are going to do, Robert.
Okay. And I don't think that we've ever come up and said that we were against growth in Green Township. I know talking to the Chamber of Commerce, and we've said before here that we're not opposed to growth. Now the question is...
I would just say actions speak louder than words. Because this community, this city has always provided the utilities, the infrastructure necessary in order to create jobs. We've never had a problem in the past. Never had a problem in the past, because everybody has worked together in order to make sure that we create jobs for the people in this community that need those jobs. And that's what we intend to do and continue to do. Now, whether or not you have been notified, we have never had to notify township trustees in the past. They've always worked with us. They've always been cooperative. We didn't have to face lawsuits. We didn't have to face threats. We have always worked together as a common goal to create jobs for this community, period.
It's amazing that you say that you work together with us, however, you do not keep us informed. It was also amazing that during your...
You know that this has been an action that has been before council before. This is an action that has been an ordinance that sat for 6 weeks before city council, before it was approved, to pay for the design plans that were done for this project. This is an action, if I recall correctly, where a public records request was made to the Ohio Department of EPA in order to find out whether or not the city of Chillicothe has filed plans with the Ohio EPA for sewer line extension. This isn't a secret. We don't operate in a vacuum here. We don't exclude the community. We don't exclude the media. It's been out there. It's been out there all the time. Now, I've also had discussions with other township trustees out there who have known of our plans, who have said that they wanted to work with us. Well, that's fine, but on the same token, I can't sit here and wait when we have the potential for job creation to watch the jobs just fly away because everybody wants to sit and talk about it.
Okay, apparently this is a pressing issue, so apparently we have a business that's ready to go tomorrow, and the residents, and is it Nina Gardens? Because I wasn't sure exactly the name of it. So they're still waiting for their sewer, but that's no longer a priority.
I'm glad to see that you're concerned about Nina Gardens, even though it's not in Green Township. Let me just say that.
Well, just as you're interested in what goes on with all of Ross County, so are we. I mean, the thing about it is, Mayor Sulzer, and again, that not trying to do a debate, President Schultz, we met with you several weeks ago and said we are more than willing to sit down and see about negotiating with you and come up with some sort of an agreement. We also went to the county commissioners and said we are in the process of talking to the city to see what kind of agreements we can get. But apparently, for whatever reason, and even though Ms. Henderson is shaking her head, your city council didn't even know that the lines were going in this week.
City council doesn't have to know, Mr. Wakefield. They gave us the money. You've worked for the city of Chillicothe. You know how the system works. It's no different than the state government or the federal government. Once the money is appropriated, then it becomes an executive decision. The executive discretion becomes a part of the administration process. They knew that we were going to work on these lines as soon as we possibly can. Now, the bottom line is we're here for job creation. The bottom line is when you talk about your clerk came to us and talked and said you wanted to cooperate, I haven't heard anything back from anybody for the past several weeks.
And was mentioned to you that we were in the process of polling our residents to get their opinions on how we want to proceed.
Well, that's fine. You can do all the polls you want in Green Township. My poll I'm concerned about is how many jobs I'm going to create in this community.
I'm going to close this. This is becoming a debate. We're not here for debate. Audience participation, I remind the audience that this is for the audience to have an opportunity to come before council to present issues or their opinion on legislation before council.
Just trying to get the information, sir. Right. I do appreciate it.
And my concern is if people have questions, then you should go to the appropriate parties to get your questions answered rather than council, because council may not have that answer for you. Well, this is not a forum for a question and answer session.
Right, and it's unfortunate, but I've mentioned to Pat Patrick that I can't talk to the
not a public hearing.
mayor's office. Thank you very much.
Okay.